What's up, guys, gals, kids, babies, and aliens? How's it going? I've got some gameplay for you guys. So, I've got some DSR gameplay for you guys. DSR is one of my favorite snipers in the game because it is one of the two only bolt-action normal snipers in the game. But I do love the XPR as well. Absolutely hate the SVU. Just throwing that out there. And yeah, in this game I end up going 46-9, so I do pretty well. Towards the beginning here I go 9-0, and then I have a mini death spree with like 1 or 2 kills involved, and then I just tear everything up. Just don't miss. Ooh, I just go off. There's nothing I can do. Can't control it. Tip number 1 for you guys. These advices I have for sniping is going to be DSR specific, because I did a Ballistica gameplay and I did a sniping gameplay in general. And when you're sniping, you kind of change up the way you play based off of the sniper you're using. I don't know if that's everyone, but that's kind of me. With the DSR, you kind of have to take it a little slower. With the DSR, I really stress not running as much. I know people are going to tell you exercise is important. I'm here to tell you, you are beautiful the way you are, and there is no need for you to kill yourself running all the time. Take it slow and walk, okay? Because how are you supposed to quick scope them hoes if you don't have the energy because you were running all day? That's my theory behind why you can't quick scope while running. That's exactly why. It's because you don't have the energy after. You can't expect to be able to hit those shots if you're spending all your time running. So don't run. Advice number 1. I feel like rapping now. But yeah, when you're running, you don't want to turn corners and you don't want to go rush into the enemy because you kind of get caught off guard while running, so really don't do it. I feel like that's helped my gameplay the most. That is the biggest advice I can tell you guys. Is don't run as much. Take it a little bit slower. You can walk to where you need to go. Just if you know no one's gonna be around you, then you can run, kind of like off spawn here. I know absolutely nobody's gonna be here, and then I run, but I stop running when I think someone's gonna be in that general area. And so that's very important to do. Walk, take a walk. It's nice. Girls like that when you walk with them. I don't know, that's not pertaining to the gameplay. But okay, the next thing is staying away from the mid area. Now that's kind of hard to say with me actually standing in the middle area, but the reason why I'm standing here now is because the rest of my team was on the left of the map, which is generally where I go. But at the same time, you can't have an entire team cluster in one area, so if my whole team's going on the left, then I'll be the odd man out and go on the right. And that's kind of what I try to do, is stay away from the middle. You can see here, though, the second I start to go into the middle, I die a little bit. And so that's why I suggest really stay away from it. Run along the outskirts of the map, with the DSR especially, because he just got quick scoped. I'm sorry. I can't finish my sentence when I see some shots like that. But with the DSR, its aim down sights is too slow for you to get too close to people. You kind of want to stay away from people. Another advice I have for you guys with the DSR, to practice your quickscoping, or to be prepared to quickscope with it, because its aim is so slow, I suggest you rapidly tap the LT trigger. Now what that does is kind of like get your fingers and nerves like ready to fire at any time, and I normally only do this when I feel like someone might be coming in that direction. It's almost like a pre-aim, so that way I can aim in quickly when I see them, because my finger's ready to aim in. I'm like set to aim in, rather than me seeing them, then my brain registers that I saw them, then my finger presses to aim in. I press my finger to aim in first, kind of like telling my brain, someone might be coming, let's get ready. And so that's what I do, just to keep myself prepared just ahead of time. And now, I don't push all the way in, because that's like zooming in, but you'll see it a lot of times. You just see my sniper twitch. It's kind of like training your reflexes, where I kind of aim in a little bit. You'll see my sniper twitch a bunch of times, and that's just me getting ready to fire because I think someone might be coming from there. or I think someone might be there, and that's how I feel is important to succeed. The next thing I suggest that you know is the spawns. That is extremely important. Now, snipers like me get really, really giddy when the round changes because that means potential for another feed coming up in the beginning. It's always so much potential for a feed in the beginning because everyone's rushing for the objective, so you have the opportunity to kill as many people away from the objective as you can. So that's the only thing about the new domination switching that I like. For a while, I kind of feel uncomfortable because sometimes it knocks you off your groove. Like when I'm using an automatic, and I am just fired up, just destroying everything in my way. It kind of knocks me off my groove, not fully, but just a little bit. But when sniping, I get extra giddy because I know it gives me the opportunity to set up for a possible feed. Just, yeah, that's. Oh, so the main thing I was talking about was knowing the enemy spawn. You have to know where they're coming from, where they're going to be walking, and where you can stop them. Because in sniping, you want the advantage because automatically, straight off the back, you're like at a disadvantage. You start off with such a drastic disadvantage just because you have this long-range gun and everyone else in the entire map is using essentially a mid-range to close-range gun. So that's why I feel like it's almost crucial to know where they're coming from, because at that point you can kind of set up beforehand to kill them while they're attempting to come to you, and that is like the main point of a sniper in the real world. But we're not in the real world, we're in the video game world, so suck it, real life, you suck. And yeah, that's kind of like the thing, is knowing where they're spawning. Now with 3 flags up, it's really hard to predict the spawn if you have all 3 flags. So normally what I do if I have a full team is I would tell my teammates, you know, just play defensively, we're taking 2 flags and that's it, then we're spawn trapping. But I didn't have a full team, so I had a bunch of Randys, and Randys, for some reason, love to cap all 3 flags and just try to hold it. I don't know why. I don't know if they're going for the 3-minute thing or not. But I feel like that's so uncomfortable. My goal in sniping always is to hold 2 flags, not sniping, just playing domination, is to hold 2 flags and then spawn trap them. I normally snipe in domination game types just because domination is the game type where you can really predict where someone's coming from in domination. It is just extraordinarily easy to predict the spawns in domination because the flags tell you where they're going to be spawning. That's why I love domination. You can never not know where they're coming from because the flags tell you where they're coming from. And that's what I was talking about, just, you know, knowing your enemy spawn, because if you know where they're coming from, then you'll essentially be able to handle yourself better, and you won't kind of walk around with a chicken without a head. Not with a chicken without a head. Who walks around with chickens without heads? You're such a weirdo. But you wouldn't really like walk around like a chicken without a head if you know where they're spawning. So that's like the main thing. Pay attention. You know, you can do that just by playing. I guess that's how you learn. I don't know if you can go into a custom game to see where spawns are set. It's not like Halo, where in Halo when you're creating a map you see where all the spawns are. But essentially, if you play the game enough, you know where the spawns are based off of where you spawn and where you've seen others spawn. This game's wrapping up. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Like, favorite, and subscribe. If there's anything I didn't cover, leave it in the comments, and I'll get back to you. Thank you. Bye.